Okay, let's talk about a YouTube success story that kind of breaks all the rules. It's not about chasing the latest trend. It's about finding these hidden gold mines that nobody else is even looking at. And it's a way to get real results without just getting lost in the crowd.
So let's just start with the number that got everyone's attention. A brand new YouTube channel pulled in over $4,000.
And get this, that was in less than a month. I mean, that's the kind of explosive growth most creators can only dream of. So the question is, how on earth did they do it?
You heard that right. Farm updates, news about tractors, crops, all that stuff. And this is what's so wild. A supposedly boring niche generated thousands of dollars in no time at all. Let's break down exactly how this happened.
So this brings us to the secret behind the whole thing. And it's not really the topic itself. It's the approach. It's a strategy that's all about finding these gaps in the market that, for whatever reason, everyone else is just ignoring.
This chart really paints the picture, doesn't it? You've got so many people fighting tooth and nail in these super crowded spaces like AI stories or sleep content. But this creator, they went and found a wide open field with basically zero modern competition. They just looked where no one else was bothering to.
And there's actually a name for this clever approach. It's called the ghost niche strategy. And it is the absolute core concept that made all of this work. Now, a ghost niche is not a dead topic. Far from it. The audience is there and they are hungry for content. The ghosts in this case are the old school competitors, like traditional media outlets that just dump their TV segments onto YouTube without any thought. They have the information, sure, but they have no idea how to package it and just lays it all out perfectly. Legacy media, it's formal, it's slow. Modern YouTube has to be urgent and emotional. It's all about what we call packaging. You're not changing the news itself, you're just changing how you present it, with thumbnails that pop, titles that grab you, and a format that's actually built for the platform. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how can I do this? Well, this wasn't just some lucky break. It's actually a repeatable blueprint for taking any ghost niche and giving it a modern makeover. It really just boils down to these three steps. First, you find a niche that's being dominated by old, outdated media. Second, and this is the absolute key, you transfer proven packaging from a completely different successful niche. And third, you create a system so you never run out of video ideas. Let's look at what transferring packaging actually means. The creator literally took what works in the hyper-competitive celebrity news world, things like these split-screen thumbnails, big red arrows, urgent text at the bottom, and just copied that style directly onto farming news. So a tractor on one side, a farmer on the other, an arrow pointing at something on the crop. It's the exact same format, just a different topic. But, and this is super important, this didn't happen overnight. The channel owner first tried chasing trends with World War II stories. That failed. Then they tried farm videos, but used packaging from the car niche. That failed too. The big breakthrough only came in month 3, when they tested the celebrity news packaging. That's when things exploded and the channel started making $100 a day. It was all about finding the right visual language for that audience. Okay, so the packaging is all modern and flashy, but the content itself? Well, that's a totally different story. That's where you have to be traditional and trustworthy. which brings us to the journalist's approach. And this quote right here just hits the nail on the head. The audience for these kinds of informational niches, they don't care about your clever editing or your psychological tricks. They're straightforward people who just want the news, plain and simple. So the rules for your actual content are simple, but they are super strict. You have to be direct. You have to be 100% accurate with your facts and your dates. Even one mistake can totally wreck your credibility. The whole goal is to become a trusted source, and that takes total transparency and real journalistic integrity. We've covered the strategy, the packaging, the content philosophy, but there is one final rule. And honestly, it's the most important one. It's a total deal breaker. So if you follow this strategy, you're going to be covering news. And news can sometimes drift into some pretty sensitive territory. So, what is the one topic that you have to avoid no matter what? Yep, that's it. That one word, politics. With these kinds of faceless news channels on YouTube, this is the absolute red line that you just cannot cross. And look, the warning could not be more serious. YouTube is incredibly sensitive about faceless channels that discuss political topics, mainly because of how they've been misused in the past. If you inject politics into this kind of content, it's pretty much a guarantee your channel will get shut down. You have to stay away from it completely. All right, so let's just quickly recap the whole playbook here. First, find those boring ghost niches where the competition is asleep at the wheel. Second, don't reinvent the wheel. Just apply modern packaging from other successful categories. Third, treat your content with a journalist's respect for the facts. And finally, the golden rule. Absolutely, positively no politics. This whole case study is just a masterclass in finding opportunity where nobody else is looking. And it really makes you think, right? What other industries or hobbies or topics out there are just being served by old school media? Totally right for a modern YouTube makeover. The opportunities, I bet, are absolutely everywhere.